Yep, welcome back everybody to the third and final hour of Once Upon a Game's playtest, Ben Robbins' game called Follow, which is a game about a fellowship trying to accomplish a goal of some kind. Today's game, if you're just tuning in now, is that we're playing the Posse play set, I guess, of Follow, where we're playing a band of people trying to track down an outlaw in the Wild West. Obviously, us at Once Upon a Game don't feel like playing by the rules. And we play hard and fast, and we are playing in space as sort of like space western kind of thing, instead of your standard Wild West. And we just finished our first conflict. And in our first conflict, we were trying to track down and get some information about the trail, like basically finding a trail for Snake Eyes. And we got set up. We found our contact, who can like hack data servers and stuff like that and figure out this information and give us a trail of Snake Eyes, and they double crossed us. My character Cody Buzzard, rest in peace, died buying time for our crew and our posse to get off the space station and can pursue our quarry. So now that's been sort of the quick recap. That's it, and yeah, now, I think it goes to Golden. Golden, you get to pick the challenge, and then Brad gets to pick the first scene, right?
Oh, I muted myself just in time.
Yeah, well played. I saw that. That was professional. I wish I could do that. I always frantically like flail and panic when that happens, and I just like end up not muting. Or if I do, it's like, okay, well at least I muted on OBS. I'm sorry everybody here on my Zoom call.
I know, it's so much easier when you're not hosting the stream because you only have one button to press.
Yeah, instead of 7,000. Yeah, no.
I have a mute button on my computer that makes this loud clicking noise.
Yeah.
But if I have to use that one, then I have to use it.
It's like the hard, yeah. It's the big red button.
You gotta make the call sometimes.
Alright, so the turn order for this game, we're gonna come up with a new challenge again. We're gonna all do our scenes about the challenge, and then we're going to determine the outcome, at the climax of the challenge. Just like how we just did. So this is gonna be basically like Act 2 of the game.
The next challenge is going and get him. Where's he holed up? He's holed up in the mothership of the pirate fleet.
Oh, so we're jumping ahead to after we actually tracked him down.
No, we didn't track him down. He tracked us down.
Oh, I see.
Oh, shit. He came to us?
He came to us with his pirate fleet.
Damn it, Snake Eyes and your pirate fleet. Go in and get him.
I don't know if we know that he's got a leadership of the pirate fleet, but this seems like a meta.
I'm fine with it, man. Fucking Snake Eyes having a pirate fleet, to me, sounds badass, and I'm cool. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Did you say Mecca?
Is it a mecha pirate fleet? I don't know what that was.
Okay. I guess I misheard you, or just it was a wish fulfillment thing or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was just wish fulfillment, man. I mean, too. Fucking Gundam fleet? Yeah, man. I'll go down that space cowboy route. I'll go down that every single day. Anyways,
my favorite was the Audacious Space Pirates with the space pirates that transform in Mecca and fought or something.
No, I don't know what this is, but it sounds relevant to my interests. I mean, you should talk to me after the game. Yeah. So, anyways, Golden, you have selected go in and get him. And what was the crucial detail? It was a mothership?
Yeah, there's a pirate mothership. He's on that. The pirate fleet is attacking us.
Of course he is. Okay. Now we're going to determine our first scene, which means, actually, I'm sorry, I don't think Brad gets to go necessarily. No, wait. It's, the first player picks the how we're gonna deal with this problem. Oh yeah, so you're gonna pick which main character they think would decide how to deal with this problem, and then that player makes the first scene. So Golden, you have the call of who gets to make the first scene. It can't be you, though. I think is what it says.
That's fine.
Yeah, you can't.
I think it can be Zebediah. I mean, he's the old guy. Like, he has some kind of history we don't know about. A little bit more rough and tumble than I had envisioned. Maybe he knows what to do when pirates attack.
Are we doing a Trojan horse? Well, I think that's what it is. Well, it's my scene, right?
Well, it's
Hell yeah.
Zebediah's thing.
But I like that idea.
Oh, is it? Are you saying with a Z or a J?
With a Z, sorry.
My bad. My bad. See,
but I'll definitely
see,
run
I
with
done
that.
goofed. I done goofed that.
Yeah, I think that,
We haven't seen Zebediah at all, so
I know. Well, that's fine with it because fucking Cody was awesome. I love playing Cody. Rip Cody. Rip in peace.
So I think that when they show up, Zebediah says, "Yeah, we'll just surrender." And then as soon as the bay doors open, we'll unload. It'll be great.
Alright, so you gotta pick out who's in the scene, what's the scene, where's the scene.
Okay. Well, so Golden, I can go either way. Do you want to, do something with Jamie Fish, or do you want to do Bez?
I want to do Jamie too.
Okay. Okay. So Jamie Fish is on the front lines, and we haven't heard anything from the pastor. So church.
Yeah, awesome. Okay.
And I guess I'll play Zebediah for it. Or is that even required? Maybe that's required. Either way, I want to do it.
You're required to have one of your characters in the scene that you create.
Cool. So you can go ahead and make the scene.
Okay. So I think that the scene opens while we're all like assembled in the this like this like hatch or bay in Mex, because fuck yeah. We've already radioed the surrender. They're it seems like it's going well, but we're just standing there in the tension, waiting for it to play out. Don't know whether it's going to be a complete disaster as soon as the door opens, or whether it's the start of turning this around.
Okay. We're going to actually get the advantage.
I think the pastor is like, you might hear him on the microphone. I want to know whether or not you guys muted him or not, but he's like saying like all Father kind of thing, Our Father, blah blah blah. I don't know the words.
Jamie would mute that.
Yeah, I assume.
That's probably good, considering you're saying it wrong.
Of course.
Well, say what you want to say. I just want to make sure you two being all religious, that we ain't here to turn the other cheek, right?
No. Oh. Forgive me, Mr. Bright. I ain't praying for I'm not praying for our souls. I'm praying for them.
I love it, kid. I love it.
As like you like see like the kind of like thing, right?
See Jamie adjust her giant
See.
glasses.
Yeah. You know what it is? No, you know what it is? And I think what they say is pastor. It's like, man, I'm a former pastor, and like we have like a fucking like flashback scene real quick, like it being like, it's like Shawshank Redemption raining. He's like outside, and he's like upset, like blood on his hands. He like rips off the collar and he's like, "Rah!" And then we come back, and he's like, yeah.
Okay, so former pastor rather than wasn't always a pastor.
Yeah, but like exactly. But I mean, he still prays and stuff. But yeah, he's ready to fucking lock and load.
Tammy's like this. She obviously like still like maybe this is the difference. Is like she's like the acolyte, and she like believes in crazy old Jebediah, even if Jebediah is gone a little bit off kilter.
Yeah. I was like, man, I'm a former pastor. Me and the man upstairs had a disagreement on who's allowed to judge souls. And yes. So like, does it open? Like, do we just like go into fire? Is that the thing?
So yeah, it finally starts to open slowly, and I mean, I guess we should have like a short discussion about it. Like, I mean, do we want to just play out a fight, or do we want to have this be like?
This is a great moment to introduce something. This is a fantastic moment to introduce this thing. There's a part of this game called consequences. I'm willing to say that our initial ambush works and stuff like that, but there's a consequence. I'm just not sure quite yet what the consequence should be. On page 14 of the playtest, if you describe your character succeeding in something particularly difficult, I think ambushing the pirate mothership with the stuff, Trojan horse style, is pretty difficult. You must describe how your action puts another member of the Fellowship in danger or difficulty. Anyone can call for a consequence if the player describes succeeding at something that sounds difficult or dangerous. If you can't think of a consequence, you can ask other players. If you refuse to include a consequence, change your narration so you don't succeed or you suffer a setback. Save consequences for moments when characters are taking bold action, not boring or ordinary situations. Well, this is pretty fucking bold action, by my definition. Pardon my French. Let's do this. Anyone have a cool consequence? I don't want to. I would like to avoid just like the simple like get like our mechs hurt or something like that. But like,
fair enough.
I got it.
We all have our own mechs, or we're all in one big mech.
Here's a consequence. The consequence needs to put another member of the Fellowship in danger or difficulty. I'm willing to bend that a little bit for this idea.
And I have an idea as well.
The classic, like, mothership's gonna warp away kind of thing. Like, we have to do it quick. So we're, like, against the clock. As a difficulty. So it's affecting all of us in a way. But also like, not really affecting us, but, time. There's a countdown time before they can warp away. Now. That's my suggestion, but someone else have a better idea? Or an idea? Equal idea?
I was thinking another possibility would be that in the firefight, the engines of our ship get hit, such that it's going to cause like this cascading failure. So it's all or nothing. You have to either take their ship or all die.
Oh, we have to commit. Yeah. Yeah, we're stuck. Nice. Yeah, I like that. Cool.
Yeah.
I dig that one. How do you feel about it, Golden?
Sure.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, we're all on board with that consequence. Yeah, so we start our firefight's like successful, and we like start breaking our way through the ship, but our own ship takes damage. Too much damage. It goes down, or it's exploding. We're stuck.
Yeah, it's exploding. Are we still in the scene, or is this Houston?
No, I think that's the scene.
Okay.
But that's not me. That's not me to say.
Yeah, it's up to you. Are we still boarding the ship?
Yeah.
So I think that yes, we're definitely like boarding their mothership, and we break away from that initial ambush. We're like racing down the halls, but we don't know exactly where Snake Eyes is.
Okay.
So it's I think it's time to cut to another scene as we search and see how that plays out.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess it's to me. If we go clockwise. I want Church and Zeb in this scene. Sorry, Golden.
It's fine.
What I want is, I think we need Mez is doing something, and we're like trying to buy him time, or like trying to hold him do something on the ship to find out where Snake Eyes is. So
yeah. Oh, keep in mind that even if we're not physically together, we could be able to contact each other by radio if you want.
Yeah, maybe that's what's going on, but yeah, like we hear the sounds of like gunfire and stuff like that, and I think we'll open up on a scene of like Zebediah getting a radio thing from Church, being like, Zebediah, I need you, and like I need you to do something for me, and
okay,
yeah.
Are you still setting it, or are we?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
That's what you hear over like the comms of like as they like kind of like break and stuff as like guns are going off, right?
I'm a light bit busy. What is it?
Okay, I need actually help here. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to invoke our need a little bit, like you need Church's trust. But I'm struggling to come up with a situation exactly.
Okay.
But you know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah.
See where I'm trying to go with this?
Sure.
So
well, okay. So
Golden, you can help too, man, if you have an idea.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly you guys are trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a sense of what it is that the character is asking for right now. Like, if
maybe we should see Zebediah's confession right now over the comms.
like flash back to it. Yeah, for that.
Like maybe.
Yeah.
You need Church's trust. Maybe Church has been waiting for you to actually just admit it yourself.
Well, the idea was I was going to barter me not telling about your thing if you helped me.
I think the audience needs to hear it too.
Yeah, that's true.
We need to say it now, and then maybe we'll hear what Church has to say in response to hearing it again.
Yeah, okay. So let's kind of do this like flashbacks. So like we're on the ship and like we're doing some stuff. Then it like cuts back to like a peaceful scene in a church, right? And you're doing a confession.
So,
obviously there's some kind of like kids like like gospel area going off like in the background. Like some kind of like solo track. Anyways, continue.
So, Pastor, I heard tell that I know that you're not exactly a Catholic priest. It's a little bit different, but I heard tell that what I say to you is in confidence, right?
Oh yes, it's between you, me, and God.
Excellent. So,
what is it, my child?
Well, I may be in a spot of trouble. You know that guy, Jack Severin?
Yes, his name rings several bells.
I haven't mentioned it to anybody around town, but he and I, we used to run together a bit, and well, there's this one job that bothers me in particular.
Yes, go on, my child.
All we wanted to do was get get the cash from the bank. This is the Lone Star Bank. Is about maybe 150 clicks up from New Prospect.
Yes,
Anyway,
I believe I heard of it.
I don't think any of us meant for it to happen, but the security guard there decided to be a hero, and so it got a little bit hot and heavy. And I wouldn't feel too bad about like a security guard dying, but don't you know it? There was a kid, and I don't know whether it was, well,
it was take your child to work day.
Yeah, maybe. And I can't be absolutely certain that it was me that pulled the trigger on the shot that hit him, but I'm afeared that it was.
And the guilt brought you to your father, to the Lord.
Yeah, that's it. Anyway.
You committed a grave... I will not sugarcoat it for you, my child. You committed a grave sin, but just as we all sin, regardless of the infraction, we can always find redemption, and in redemption, strength in the Lord.
Yes, that's what I'm looking for, redemption.
Yeah, but this will not come easy. Sometimes redemption requires not just to confess your sins to God, but confess your sins to fellow man. And then we go back to like modern times of like, God damn it, Zeb, I need you. Zeb, where are you? Come in.
I'm here. I got 5.
Zeb, where are those grenades?
I'll have to break my position to do that.
Damn it, Zeb. There be no position left if you don't come over with those damn grenades.
Well, I don't mean to be cold or nothing, but well, okay. I'll be right there. And you get this, like, a couple seconds later, you get this sickened sense that he's just saying that. So, maybe some leverage needs applied.
Zeb, you bastard! Are you doing this? Where are you? Are you doing this because... Oh my god, you petty son of a bitch! Like, god damn it. You think because I was gonna rat you out to the authorities when I was a man of God, that you won't come here in my time of need? You selfish son of a... I got hit!
I'm truly sorry to hear that, and it ain't so much that I'm angry. I don't wish you anything ill, but you know what they say: dead men don't tell no tales.
Oh fuck! Great, you're gonna kill both my characters?
No. I mean, just like,
it's fine. It happens. Like I can
you can just threaten to tell Mez over the radio, and I'll be right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. I was like, you son of a bitch. Master, this asshole's gonna let me die. There's some things you need to know.
Wait. No, there ain't. Nope.
You
I'm
can't let this
almost there.
thing-
All right, and you like swoop in.
Don't listen to him.
Yes. All right, and you swoop in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright,
Awesome. Cool scene, guys. That was fun.
nice.
That was cool. I like doing it. Thank you for indulging me in doing the flashback stuff and to present. That was nice.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Okay. I think that was my scene.
Alright. My scene, I'm going to flash forward in time a little bit. After both of our ships crash land on a planet next to an old monastery. And you can see Jamie and the pastor praying for guidance. And it's like one of those old Spanish churches with no lights. So looks mostly intact, but like
Oh yeah, like an Alamo looking thing.
glass window that should be at like the end of this church where the cross is has been blown out. And the glass is all over. And we can just see this giant spaceship stuck into the ground, nose first, with flames billowing up around it.
Nice.
Oh, cool. Like a friggin' what's it called? Like the Star Destroyer in Force Awakens.
Exactly. Only
I mean, like, but not like gutted and stuff like that. But like, yeah, like still fresh. But like something
Yeah,
like
still
that
fresh.
big, right?
Yeah, well, of
Yeah.
course. It's a
Yeah,
mothership.
right. Exactly. That's what made me think of Mothership and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Excellent. Awesome. Love it.
And let's have Harley there, and I want Snake Eyes to show up at the end.
Ah, nice.
Cool. Yeah, let's get to finally see Snake Eyes.
So Jamie's, sitting on the floor, like kneeling, and praying to God, to give her a message about what to do next. Pastor still pray?
No, I don't think he's praying right now. I think he's injured. I think he needs someone to help him. He like gets out of the wreck and stuff like that, and he's like, ah, and like his like arms like mangled or something. Like it's, his arms like broken or his shoulder, and like he got shot too, so it's like on his shoulder as he like stumbles through. He's like, ah, I need a doc.
I just like
I'm hit.
shakes Jamie out of the prayer. It's like, oh, I've been called, and she, Pastor, you've been shot.
Yeah, you should see the other guy. Like the classic like action movie Bruce Willis kind of thing. And
Oh, did we already define what the planet is like? Whether it's like
It's like
desert or swamp or
Mexico, super hot, dry,
like Atacama Desert.
savanna. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Savannah also works. Like the first
Same
thing.
thing.
Fun fact, you know that Savannah means desert? So it's called the desert.
Nice, huh?
Yeah. Isn't it funny? Like, apparently this is common, that a lot of things are just named in other languages for the thing that it is. Like, Mississippi River means big river. Like, like what do you call... I mean, it makes sense, though, because it's like, if you didn't have a proper name for something, it's like, what river is this? Mississippi.
Big river.
The fucking big river. Like, have you seen a bigger river? There's nothing around it. It's the big river. So, anyways, sorry. It's a fun little side note about geography and naming things, how redundant people get. Anyways.
Anyway, you see Jamie like pull out a little arc welder. It's like, I'm sorry, Pastor. Arm's too badly mangled. It's gotta go.
yeah, didn't look good.
That was my shooting arm.
We even knew shooting on Pastor. Look at the Lord's blessing.
Not anymore, kid. I had the Lord's blessing. But I took off that collar. I took off that shawl.
There's still time for you to repent.
Well, I don't know that the Lord's blessing still means what it meant to. If you had asked me before, I'd say that my faith can't be shaken. But now, I mean, it might be, there might be closure if we catch him, but it won't. It won't really change anything.
What's that over there? And like I point over to like Snake Eyes, like sneaking away into like the monastery, right?
Yeah. Don't worry about that right now, Pastor. You're gonna bleed out if you don't treat that wound. And she gets the arc water closer to your arm.
Man, leave me! I'll be fine. Go get him. Do the mission. I'm playing Martyrs today. I just fucking Martyr. I ordered all my characters from Martyrs.com today, I guess. Whatever.
She doesn't let that happen. She's got like a hypo spray or something, and she's like trying to jab it.
It's worth it. Oh, you give me a stimulant or something?
Yeah,
like a stim pack.
Acid.
Yeah.
Come
on, we gotta go get him.
We will. And as soon as she was Snake Eyes was sighted, you see this change come over Harley. Like she was kind of wallowing, and now there's like this coldness.
But yeah.
You might bleed out, but you're coming with us. She pulls out a plasma torch.
We both cauterize the wound at the same time.
No, that makes okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, and all right, yeah, and then like we rush over to the monastery as like the music like goes into like ecstasy of gold, like super, like dramatic, and part of me thinks that like maybe we should just like skip the third one and just go to the finale now, only because it feels right fictionally. But what do you guys think? Like, I mean, what else do we do? Like, he's in the monastery. What do you think? Like, we do the outcome of this challenge, and then we do the finale part of the challenge.
I think that way we can tie it up neatly. I mean, I think that we could find a way to go through a whole other exchange just by
the monastery.
Just by either expanding time as we go through the monastery, or just have him escape. But I think it might be better to go ahead.
It feels more like a movie to end in a monastery that on this like crash planet. You know what I mean? I mean, like, I don't want to like stop this game. Like, please, like, understand that I don't want to stop this game and I want to keep playing. But like, it also feels right in a way. And maybe that's just me. If you guys are like, Eric, you're fucking crazy, let me know, because like that's totally true. All right.
I want to like add a twist, if that's okay.
Yeah, well, there's an epilogue. So there's two things, right? We still have to do the outcome of this challenge, and then there's a thing called the epilogue, which is very much like the end of the thing, and like if we do accomplish our goal or not. So what I was thinking was that we'd finish the outcome of this challenge and then just jump to the epilogue.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Only because our story's been awesome, and like only because it just seems like this is like the climax where we get revenge, right? Or we don't.
Oh, you want to skip the third part?
Yeah, like I said, only because it seems like we're so close till the end. It feels right. I don't know. Because like we got him in our sights, like we're close, like he's here. Right?
Okay, but so there'd be one more scene, and then the conclusion is a separate thing, right?
Yes, there's one more scene, because I think Golden still needs to go, right? Or Brad, you need to go, I think.
Yeah, Brad started. This was the last.
You were the last one. Oh, okay. So yeah, so then the next. So we have to do the outcome part of this.
Yeah, we got to do the outcome.
We do the outcome of this, and then we do the epilogue. Is what I was proposing, but.
Okay.
We did have a love story together, Zonalar. That's true in Fiasco. It was nice. I mean, is that okay?
Let's just end this. Let's just end this part, and we'll see what the outcome is.
Yeah.
Okay. It might fail, and that's also interesting. So, Yeah,
So
let's do
I'm
that.
doing the math for the outcome right now.
We get the outcome.
So you start with 1 white and 1 red in your pool. You add 1 white for each successful challenge and 1 red for each failed challenge.
Do we keep the stones from previous scenes in here?
No.
Previous challenges in here?
No, this is how you calculate from previous scenes. So you start once again with a blank slate with 1 white and 1 red token in your pool. The next factor that you do is you add either a red token or a white token based on the success and failure of your previous challenges. So I've added an additional red token because we failed our first challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Now we do what our main characters would think. If our main characters are unhappy about the path the Fellowship has taken, you would type in 1 red, type in 1. If your main characters actually want the quest to fail, type in 2. Otherwise, type 0. All right, so get ready to type, and then a countdown of 3. All right, so 3, 2, 1. Oh, I wasn't selected. Roll 20. So Will, you put in a red, you bastard, stone cold bastard.
Yeah, Mother's upset because she hasn't gotten to pursue any of her sub goals. So she is unhappy with how
That's true.
going. Also, she's unhappy that she was on a spaceship that crashed, and unhappy that she was betrayed by their contact. She's pretty unhappy. She doesn't want this to go. She's just really unhappy at her constant failures, which means we failure more.
The next one is we take a good and the bad token, right? So 1 for no, I'm sorry, it should be 0 and 1 because that makes more sense. 0 is good, 1 means bad. So as a player, do you think the Fellowship will be succeeding at this quest of going in and getting him? If it's white, once again press 0. If it's red, press 1. Okay, this will decide the entire quest, not just this challenge. At this point. All right. So 0 is white, 1 is red. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
Killing us.
Yes, it's gonna fail. Failure is the most interesting.
White, red. Okay, now we do as before without replacements. So now I'm gonna roll a d7. A 6. I got a white token.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Now I roll a d6. A 2. I got a red token.
No.
White, red. Consult the same table as before. Narrate the outcome of the quest. Reflect any results. White, red. Challenge lost. Lose 1 character. Fuck. Fuck this. God. God damn it, Snake Eyes. Fuck.
So Snake Eyes walks into the church.
Oh, yeah, let's narrate this out.
Like, looking for some, sanctuary. And all he gets there is and we see Eva, the saloon owner / bank teller / hacker, standing there with an ancient rifle. And she's pointing it at Snake Eyes' face. He's like, what are you doing? And she's like, this is for my brother. And then she shoots him.
Shoot Snake Eyes?
She shoots Snake Eyes. So we can't bring him in instead.
Well, we fail, though.
We do fail. We fail to bring him to justice. And have him have a trial. He's dead.
Oh, we just shoot him. Oh, we take it in our own hands instead of arresting him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. We don't take him alive.
We don't take him alive.
That was never the plan.
Damn, guys.
That was never the plan. See, you wanted this to fail all along.
Yeah.
Put in red tokens.
Yeah.
You were cheating.
So, I mean, I like this game a lot. We can do some epilogues. So we can, what the epilogues are that we can just do like a quick scene or discussion about what our characters do, either like immediately after or it goes on. I think, unfortunately, I think the pastor succumbs to his injuries after seeing that Snake Eyes is dead. I feel like that seems very appropriate. Mm-hmm. But me succumbing to my injuries also means that I go to my grave not telling about Zebediah. So what happens? What does Zeb do?
I think that for his epilogue, you see him. This is well into the future. It's like he's jumped to another planet, and thus everybody who knew him is dead, and he's even more grizzled than he was before. And he's walking towards. He's walking towards a building, and you can't quite see it from the camera's perspective clearly. Just that it's sort of big and white, and he's wearing a black shirt, and as he approaches, he looks at he sees a kid coming out, and his face sort of crumples a bit, then and then firms again. And you can see that he's reluctant as hell, but he comes up to the kid and says, "What can I do for you, son?" And the kid says, "Oh, I was just hoping that maybe this time I can sit in the front row, Pastor." And it pans back, and you can see the collar.
Nice.
Fades out.
Oh, wow, that's so nice. Damn, Brad. Whoa, what the hell? That's super good. Wow. Oh, man. Golden, what about you, man?
I don't think either of my characters have interesting epilogues. I see maybe Jamie goes and works in the church where the old man is. She's hasn't learned to be a leader yet. Or, hasn't learned when faith needs to be acted on. He hasn't learned anything really except that Eric's attack. And Mez, I guess, Mez buries her dead husband. And not happy about it. So, could have got him off in 6 months with good behavior. But she, I guess the justice has been served, even if the law hasn't.
Yeah, right? I think you just summed up the game, dude. You just summed up our game. Justice was served, but the law hadn't. Awesome. So that was Follow. You guys want to talk about it for a little bit? Want to decompress, talk about the game?
Sure.
Anything stuck out? I mean, I like this game. Damn, this was good. Maybe I was too quick to say to not do the third obstacle.
Yeah, I think we could have drug out the.
We could have.
Actual confrontation, 3 separate scenes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think that a whole other challenge would have taken us way over time.
Part of me,
but there would have been enough to populate it. I do think that we needed at least one more scene, but maybe not 3 more.
Yeah, right? Like, that's what I felt. I felt like there wasn't enough space fictionally for us to do an entire new objective over it, but I felt like there was some space for a scene or two. Yeah, like there was some space to fill, but it wasn't big enough for what the game was requiring us to do.
I would agree if we had succeeded, but since we failed, like we obviously failed.
So,
yeah, like that's the whole point of the mechanic is to interrupt the narrative that we feel is natural.
So here's what was interesting about this game for me. So the way the mechanics work is very much like two-part. You sit in this sort of fiction layer, you do scenes, you talk about stuff, and then at the end of doing the scenes, talk about stuff, you put the symbolic representation of what we were talking about. You boil that down, that essence, into good or bad tokens, right? Instead of having a more traceable component of tokens to actions, like at the end of each scene of when somebody does put a token in or something like that, where like it feels a little bit more, it's kind of like earning Artha in Burning Wheel, where you have to like describe, did you play up a trait or a belief? Like, did you play to getting close to, do you feel like as a player you got closer to the challenge or whatever, right? Like, do you feel like you got close to succeeding? Did you do it in a way that also like further pushed your need of the other player, right? Or something like that. And like, if you did, cool, put a white token in or something like that. Or being like, I don't know, do a scene. If you thought it was fun, then put a white token in. I don't care. Put a red token if you think it's dramatic and it sucks, right? Like, I feel like there might be a little bit more of traceability of the tokens. Like, really, like, the game boils down to just putting tokens in and being like, oh, we got a bad outcome. Wow, what did that bad outcome look like? Right?
Yeah, and it's really hard to get a good outcome, right? I mean, you have to get
it's fucking
white, right?
I can't,
I mean,
yeah.
The red, white, the other order, you still fail, you just don't lose a person.
Oh, right? White, red.
No, that's incorrect, Brad, actually.
Oh, okay.
You do win, but you still lose a person. We just got fucking dicked on the odds.
Ah, okay.
So there have been several times I've seen this game played where people got nothing but red, like an extremely low odds before. I've seen it. Okay. I've seen it happen. It's insane. It's so funny. In fact, I think there's a good write-up. It wasn't this game in particular, but there was a really funny write-up of a game about electing Donald Trump. That's actually on the Google Plus community page for follow.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. It was really funny. Yeah. So that was occurring the same night that I did the fourth graders one, because this game's fun. This game's hot.
Pretty good.
But
yeah. Let's do one comment I wrote down. Yeah, I think they should rename like at the very beginning what makes your quest difficult, because I don't think that's actually a good question. I think it's more like what advantage does the villain have?
Yeah, that's a better way of putting it. I think it's a much better way of phrasing it, because that's really what we're doing.
Yeah, what advantage does he have that we have to overcome?
Yeah.
And,
that's a really good point. That's a really good way. I think that's much better, because
I was really happy about the way the voting works.
The way the what works?
The voting at the end.
Oh yeah.
So you put the tokens in a bag, or we just rolled for it, but.
Yeah, but I rolled with replacement, or without replacement. So like, if I rolled a white, I struck out a white token and then rolled DN -1, right?
I would have asked,
translated the resulting numbers.
I would have asked different questions for each phase, like that way you would encourage people to play the game before to play different kinds of scenes in each phase.
Yeah. I could see a little bit more guidance about that.
Yeah. They also said he was going to streamline it, so maybe even the questions are going to be completely gone.
Yeah.
I can see taking out.
Also, I might be playing not the most recent playtest.
Okay.
It could be wrong. I mean, I just grabbed the one from my email that I had. But because I know he recently released a couple new playsets, like the Candidate one was now finally officially released, which was not included in this list.
Okay.
But I think the I don't know. One thing that I gotta give mad credit to Ben is his ability to be clear with rules.
Yeah,
And
that was really good.
His clarity of rules and his structure and stuff for the playsets is, I mean, besides the one point about what makes our quest difficult being changed to what advantages does our obstacle have, it's very like pointed and easy to work with and come up with something.
I feel like, if none of us had ever played the game before, we could still follow along procedurally and do at least okay.
Yeah. Is there any game? Yeah, exactly. You can. The game is very much like following a recipe. It's just like follow the steps, each going down. Yeah, I love that. I love his games when he does that. Like, it's so good. I think. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to speak for Ben because Ben probably knows way more than I do about this thing, about what actually would happen. He absolutely does because he's Ben and he wrote it. But I think after seeing how good Downfall came out from Caroline and like helping Caroline, Ben reviewed probably like 50 copies of Downfall, like versions, like literally like edited them. The clarity and perfection of Downfall, of like following each step, like being able to do that and make a game that's so clear and nice is just an amazing talent. It's something that I find is lacking in the Burning Wheel Gold book.
Oh no!
About clarity of play and how to achieve results. But
they started.
Yeah, right.
That. I've been playing that for a year now.
I know, and then like
so many arguments that you can't even answer.
Yeah, I mean, granted, these are completely. This is like tomato and tomato games, right? Yeah. But still, one like this is a playtest, but it's still like a fine-tuned like step one. Make your characters or select your obstacle. Here's how you select your obstacle. They're in the back of the book. What? Just go through the list. Answer these questions together. Pick 2 things that make your quest difficult. Talk about it a little bit. Make up your character. You know, it's like it's just you can just do it. It's like playing a board game. Like these are just follow the instructions for your turn. I love that. Quiet Year's the same way. That's what makes it such a good game in a way. Is that you can kind of, on one hand, you can turn off your brain where you're not worrying about the rules so much, and you're just in the zone. You're just thinking about the fiction, and you're constrained in a way that you're not just like playing bullshit. I make something up, you make something up.
Yeah, you can definitely add more rules to it. But I don't think like you can make prompts more explicit. You could
exactly
keep better track of the state of the narrative.
But isn't that the big like theory of what perfection is? Is like not what you can add, but what you can take away.
Yeah.
So like,
I kind of don't want to name names, but the last story game I played, this was on my stream. Thematically, it was something that I was totally into, but because the rules were unclear, it was enough to really tarnish the experience.
Yeah. Especially games where, like GM-less or story games, where you bringing stuff into the game is really important. The rules that do exist have to support that. Like, they have to, like, play with that in a good way. Like, it has to work. Otherwise, it's like, well, we could have just made up a story and have been better than just playing this game. Because, like, I didn't want to spend the evening fighting the rules, in a way, right?
The rules gotta have something.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, exactly. Every rule you make so John Harper said every rule you make, like every mechanic in a game, you have to be able to justify why is this better than flipping a coin? Right? Like, why is rolling all of these dice and doing all these things more fun than flipping a coin? Heads you succeed, tails you fail. The story game.
There are rules beyond resolution mechanic that have big.
Of course. I know, but like the principle, right? The principle of his mechanical decision making is still true, right? It's like if you're overcomplicating a mechanic, explain why and what value it adds to your game. you can think of Jared Sorensen's questions of how does your mechanic play into the spirit of the game. And then in another way, story games take it the next step instead of like kind of building on what John would, that sort of like, you know, fake shorthanded advice about mechanics, is not just can it beat a coin flip, can it beat just someone else at the table coming up with a good idea, right?
Yeah, that's often going to be better.
Yeah, like can you beat
That's
that?
a higher bar. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's so like that's the big thing that blew my mind so many times is like that's a tough fucking bar to beat. Like sometimes, like it depends on your group, but like sometimes you play with some fucking devious people like Brad and Golden H who just like want to kill your characters or do these things, or like I won't save you until you fucking like blackmail me. And last time I ever get shot on the enemy base mothership. Yeah, God, awesome. Oh, I loved it.
Cut off your arm.
Yeah, and you cut off my arm, and cauterize the... God, man, like, I got destroyed this game. That was fun.
Although, now that we bring that up, I would sort of like to see this, follow that the resolution be more narrated based off of the just the total number of white and red rather than picking randomly.
Which ones get selected? Like the composition? So if you had like the ratio, but like ratio and quantity, so like 3 white, 5 red means something different than 4 white, 4 red, and so forth. Or
I like that they're not kept because that means you need less stuff to play the game.
I agree. I mean, I don't, not that I agree that that's better, Brad, because I don't know. But I would love to see that, and here's why. This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of terms of like Lovecraft-esque, where depending on what turn you're on, you're allowed to introduce, as the narrator, more and more spooky shit, right? So in the same way, the quantity of stones, as the game calls them, as the quantity of stones goes up, so does the action, so does the amplitude of what you can accomplish in your game, right? So does the intensity of the result. So much that if you like had more than 4 tokens or whatever, death is on the table now for a character, right? Like thresholds, like you hit thresholds. If 8 happens, then it's like if you have more than 8 on round 2, and you know. If you have more than if there's 8 tokens in on round 2, and that means most of them are red, there's a betrayal, right? And doing it maybe like by that could happen.
Yeah,
it's hard.
That sounds really good, and I definitely would like to see how that plays out.
Yeah, but that kind of ties in though that each of those stones, once again, I want to say tokens so much. Those stones sort of represent more accountability to the fiction than what they do now. Right now, their accountability is to the overall product instead of like parts you can really like refer to, right? Like the entire challenge is like, yeah, like we did 3 scenes. Out of those 3 scenes, did you do this? Yeah, I did. Instead of being like, in this specific scene, I did this, therefore here's my token for that.
I was doing the math on it, and I would say, I'm pretty sure that how you add a token, an extra red token in if you failed the previous scene, I'm pretty sure the probability stays the same from if you were actually keeping all the tokens.
Stays the same from...
Does not stay the same. The composition of your bag has more red than white now in it. Or more red than red previously, right?
But you took out the tokens out of the bag as you drew it. So if you got a red token, you got a red token.
Sure, but your first draw is more likely to be red than white. Is that true? Do you agree?
No.
Alright, so you start with red and white tokens, right? So it's even, 1 for 1.
Right.
If any tokens go in of the 0, 1, 2 amount, right? That means now there's more red tokens than white tokens.
No, I don't think so. Because,
the only way that's true is if everybody put in 0.
You can put in 2 red tokens, if you don't ever put in the one white token, it's easily
never-
possible that everybody puts in the one white token, and only one person puts in the red token.
I'm sorry, Golden Age. What? I'm afraid. I'm not sure I'm following you because this is very like for what I'm saying is very clearly true, but I just feel like maybe I'm stumped because I'm not following what you're saying.
Yeah, maybe we're thinking of different situations or something.
Yeah, look. Let's do it this way. I'm gonna write it out here. All right.
Okay.
Let me change also the color so it's very obvious. This is what I mean. So I'm gonna put it in red. Okay. So this is the start of adding tokens, right? One red and one white. Now the next stage here, we can either add 0 tokens, 1 red token, 2 red tokens, 3 red tokens, 4 red tokens, 5 red tokens, 6 red tokens maximum.
Sure.
Okay? So as long as at least 1 red token gets into the bag, that means there are more red tokens than white tokens. Right?
At this stage, yes.
Yes. Now, the next stage. Everybody has a white token and a red token. Right?
I thought it was 1 or 0.
If at least
Okay.
if it balances out, then okay. So let me rephrase this part so I'm very specific. There's a 50-50 chance that red is still in the lead in terms of the number of red tokens versus white tokens in the back, the overall total, right? There's a 50-50 chance.
Sure.
Because you can either go red, white, red, white, red, red, right? Basically, it turns into the overall quantities turn out to being the same number of the last coin, because that's the one that's actually you want to know, because other ones are just the similar combinations.
And
only the third one with 3 people would either be red or white, right? Does that make sense? I'm just fast forwarding through the math there.
Right? There's more probability that
there's 6 combinations total between 3 people, right? 2 choose 3 is 6. Or excuse me, 3.
Yeah.
No, 2. Yeah,
sure,
2 choose 3 is
possible
6.
combinations. There are more combinations where there are more of them. But I think that most people won't be putting in 2 values ever, 2 red tokens ever.
That's not true. I've seen it happen.
I mean, yeah, it can happen, definitely. That's why the mechanic's there to be used.
So,
well, I see what you're saying, though. You're talking about actual combinations.
It's very likely that there will ultimately be. I mean, in terms of the probability density function, so all possible permutations of adding and not adding numbers, it's more likely that in all that combination space, more red tokens are added than white tokens.
Only if you weigh each probability the same.
Only if you weigh what?
Each probability the same.
Yes, true. But you have to. Because ultimately you don't know what each individual game is going to turn into. So each individual game is equally likely. I get what you're saying. Now you're saying.
I don't think we need to argue about it. I think we both understand what
you're saying. Okay. No, that's actually a good point. That's true. Maybe like 80% of games don't end up bad. Like 80% of games don't add any red tokens on that one stage.
That's
you're right.
something
I don't know.
I would playtest as a designer and try and
I think that's maybe what Ben's doing right now.
Maybe that's what he's doing.
That's a good point.
Making us see what the weight is on each probability, and if maybe does he want more failures than successes? Maybe he wants to encourage more people to play characters that don't want to succeed.
Yeah, Fraser in chat brings up something, right?
Yeah.
It's important to think. It's important to the structure of how he wants the story to be told. If you're thinking about your actions as generating tokens, you're probably in a different headspace than only worrying about playing the scene as you want to portray your character, and then there's ramifications. Right. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
For me, like I was playing red tokens because failure is more interesting.
I definitely agree with the mechanic of choose each person choosing after the scene whether or not they're putting in red tokens.
I mean, after
cool.
I think 2 scenes before I ended, I was like, I want him to die.
See, maybe, yeah, I can see that, but you're right. You're right. You know what's interesting? Fiasco is character-driven, while this game is group-driven. And I think it's really important to understand that. So I think a lot of my not even criticisms, my ideas, just my random bullshit music.
Your analysis.
My analysis is skewed towards, like, well, what's wrong with doing it the Fiasco way? And that's because, and the reason why you can't compare necessarily Fiasco to this game is because of that ultimate difference, is that this is more collective versus individual in terms of the overall play flow and the structure of the game. What you're trying to accomplish in this game is a group effort and not an individual effort.
Like, the questions that you have to ask, like, they're actually, like I wanted to know at the beginning, like, one is the question you answer as a character, and one is the question you answer as a player. And that is, like,
I love that.
Hugely important.
Mm-hmm. I love that so much. That's very cute. That's so
because
pretty.
Without defining that, all you're doing is saying put in whatever you want.
Yeah. Totally. Cool. So, last words? Any ideas? Any other things before we do outros?
I really like the game. I would make it slightly more complicated. I felt like the minor characters were nice, but there was no reason to have them when we just invented NPCs. I feel like at least one question and one phase should be about the minor characters.
I think the latest version, I could be wrong, maybe he's still doing it right now, but I think the methodology of minor characters is getting looked at for sure. That is definitely something getting considered.
Is like as hit points in case your main characters.
Basically, giving minor characters, I think, a motivation at the start, but maybe not fleshing it out is important. Or if you lose your major character, having a minor character come up with a motivation and incorporate into the game at that point is also important. Sometimes that's true, and I think they come up a few times where that's necessary.
I think it is actually key to have minor characters, just because so built into this game is character death. Like it can happen whether you want it to or not. It's a story game, so you definitely don't want to have a person be like excluded from there on out, or not have anyone that they're at all invested in. Like if they're left just like making up characters for a particular scene rather than having some sort of continuity.
I'll generalize that by saying, like, there needs to be a rule for what happens when the fiction demands something happen before the mechanics do.
And I think it does that. And that's kind of why you don't add tokens or anything to the very end, because like the real mechanics are the tokens determine the outcome in like a Cassandra-like fashion, like in a oracular token reading is the actual outcome. So you do all your fiction, do your scenes first, and then kind of do that for your challenge.
Like you don't have like character death could happen early, like we did. We had the game in early, so everyone put a good round.
Yeah.
Like either saying like explicitly like these things shouldn't happen until the mechanics say they do at the beginning.
Oh,
so
we were
not to narrate those things.
Brad and I were ruminating about that, about having the quantity of tokens indicate the intensity or amplitude of fictional consequences at the end of a challenge. So if you had like 5 red tokens more than white tokens, then betrayal's on the table now as an outcome to come up with as a group, right? Like if you have 3 red more than that, then a character is wounded or taken out, like they're killed, right? 5 more, they're betrayed. 7 more, something else happens, right? So
I feel like I'm coming at it from the opposite angle, but yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's worth considering. Shit, guys, that was fun though.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for indulging me and coming on and playing a playtest of this game.
Thank you.
I'm going to play it again soon. I love this game. It's really cool. If you go to Story Game Seattle, good chance you're going to play this game.
Yeah, maybe one day.
So, yeah. So let's do some outros, everybody. Let's do Will, and then Brad, and then myself.
Yeah, I'm Golden H. You can follow me at Haunted Sky with 2 H's on Twitter.
Yeah.
I do role-playing games. Right now we're playing Burning Wheel. We're back into the mix. We're about ready to finish up our Burning Wheel campaign. We're on our final arc. And when we do, we're hoping to start up a... basically, if you guys remember R&D, role-play R&D.
Yeah.
We're going to start
that vague past. I'm sorry. I got nostalgic about R&D and how long it's been. What were you talking about? I missed that. I'm so sorry.
We're going to do that. We're going to change systems every 2 months. Change GMs.
Fucking awesome.
Ooh.
It's a good way of doing it.
It is. Looking forward to it. And of course, it's just Golden WH Twitch.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brad. What's up, my friend?
Hey. Well. You can find me on Twitch at RPGlory. On Twitter, it's inconveniently RPGlory DOTCOM. In terms of what I've got coming up, I do. I'm involved in 3 games weekly that I stream. On Saturdays at 10:30 p.m. it's D&D. It's called Taking Waterdeep. It's a high-level 5th edition game where the PCs are playing nasty mercenaries trying to take over the city. On Sundays, it's the Eshkatan, which is a far future transhumanist game using a hacked version of Fate to essentially the hacks is to spice it up and let people interject and have the aspects that are created have more of a fictional consequence. And then on Wednesdays, that's sort of a R&D style setup in which we change settings and systems and occasionally GMs. Right now, Kelsa's running Blades in the Dark, and
so good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Your cult game. Damn, she tells all the stories all the time.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's so good.
So that is my overlong outro. Thank you.
Yeah. No, that's not too long at all, man. I love outros. So, yeah, this has been Once Upon a Game story game. If you're interested in playing with me, you can find me on my Discord channel. You can find me here on Twitch at twitch.tv/EricVulgaris if you're like on YouTube, or YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube, you probably already found me here at EricVulgaris. I'm there on Twitter as well. I do a lot of these kind of games. If you want more long-term play, I just finished up a Blades in the Dark Vigilantes campaign, but I mean that was only like 7 episodes, but it was really cool, super epic. I love the ending of it. It was amazing. It felt like a BBC series. It was awesome. Along with that, with every ending comes a new beginning. This weekend, taking this place of that Blades in the Dark game, I'm beginning a game of The Veil, which is by a really cool guy named Fraser. You probably saw it on Kickstarter. It's a cool cyberpunk game, almost like cyber preppy kind of game, where you deal with a lot more of like a world of Matrix-like auto AR kind of stuff, and The Veil of virtual reality, augmented reality, versus reality, kind of cool concepts. And so we're gonna be starting that. We're doing kind of Karagen this whole week. I'm really, really excited about it. Speaking of also starting new things, I'm doing a So I did another Blades game on Saturday called It's Never Sunny in Dustfall. To play that with Kelsa and a couple people. It's a lot of fun. In addition, I'm also doing a Stars Without Number podcast, which I just started. It's my first foray into the podcasting realm. We just made characters. We did a dry run of testing and recording stuff of a couple scenes just to make sure I have the chops to edit content and things like that and making sure everything works. And we're going to record our first session proper next week, so I'm super excited about that. I'm joining what's his name? I'm joining Hendley for a Stars Without Number game called Iron Saddles, which is going to be fun. Since I'm fun employed right now, I'm doing a Torchbearer game that I run as well. Torchbearer I fucking love. I love Torchbearer, as you remember at the beginning of this VOD. I'm going to be bringing that to the stream now that we have 2 episodes down and we kind of feel like we grok the rules a little bit better. So I'm going to bring that on board and finishing up our first dungeon. And let's see, what else? Oh yeah, and I do on Saturdays evenings, Pacific and Eastern time, I do Winter's Edge, where I play a warlock named Balto, also known as the Traitor, which is a lot of fun.
The game of Overwatch references.
Yeah, a lot of Overwatch references, a lot of it's fun. It's a really cool game. I love everything that AP does. He does seriously some really cool stuff. Yeah, and in the meantime, I also got this bad boy in the mail. I got this Burning Wheel Codex right here, baby.
Nice.
I got the blue one, and I've been reading it, and I'm getting inspired, and I think I'm going to try my hand at running a Burning Wheel game.
Burning Wheel in the dark.
Yeah, Burning Wheels in the dark. I don't know if that's actually going to come to be yet, or who would be playing with me or anything like that, but fuck yeah. I'm so afraid. I'm in a game in real life playing Burning Wheel. I'm seriously, I play about 9 games. 9 or 10 games. And including story games, Seattle, right? And
I don't have enough games right now.
Yeah, so I fucking love games. I love them. And if you're interested in playing games, please if you're interested in playing with me, if you have a camera and some free time, hit me up on my Discord. I'm going to link the Discord in the VOD notes here. If you're here at Twitch, I'm going to go ahead and type in Discord, and you can find games with me on there. I have a schedule. You can go ahead and sign up for games. That's about it. Thank you guys so much. There's a long intro for you, or outro for you. Damn. So anyways, that would do it for us tonight. Episode 9. This has been Follow. Tune in next time on Friday, where we're playing games. Some kind of game. I don't remember.
This is a playtest.
Is it Eden? Are we playing Eden? I think it's Eden. I think it's Markov's Eden. Yeah, we're playing Eden.
I don't know what that is either.
So Eden is a very fun game. Let me give you a quick little pitch about it today. Eden is a game where so humanity got kicked out of Eden, right? We're basically version 2 of people. But there's no God or angels or anything like that. It's more of a game about being stuck in Eden, and we have to learn morality from animals. So it's basically I've only played it once. I played it at GoPlay, but I really enjoyed it, and it reminded me more of playing the Jungle Book, right? Where animals have very strong natures and personas, and they kind of just tell you things about how they live, and you have problems as a person, and they're trying to tell you how to solve your problems as an animal. An example of this was the infamous Rabbits game, where so the humans wanted to have children, but they didn't know how. And so the rabbits were telling humans, oh, no, you don't have sex. That's not how you get people. That's how you get bunnies. Look at us. That's how you, if you have sex, that's how you get bunnies. Why would you have sex? It doesn't make babies. It makes bunnies. It makes a bunch of bunnies. You don't want more bunnies. And what's funny in the game is that there's fucking quadrillions of bunnies because all they do is have sex. Anyways, it's that kind of idea, that sort of logic, you know what I mean? The twisted animal logic of things make sense because you're that. Vultures are all trying to trick people into dying so they can eat them the whole time. They just troll people all day. They're a mafia group, and all they do is just sit together and try to troll people. You can. And that was just our game. That was just our experiences. Like, you can make your own. You have your own different things, your own personas, your all that cool stuff. So anyways, that's what we're doing on Friday. I'm super excited to play that. So that would do it for us today. So long. Take care. Thank you guys so much.
Bye.
Chat, I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Answering questions, providing feedback, all that sort of things. And Brad and Golden H, as always, you guys are gentlemen and scholars for hanging in here and learning a new game with me as I taught the rules. This was the first time I facilitated follow. So great. Take care, everybody.
Pretty cool.